Yo, 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 welcome back to the No Cut Sports Podcast with your host, Niall Frady. And today we got some things you already know we need to talk about. A couple of rumors going around, my opinion on about the Hassan Reddick trade, and maybe a couple other things that I've seen as I've done some of my research. But if you could, before we get started, please like, comment, and subscribe to always catch this vibe. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, I'm trying to get these followers up. And a way I'm going to get the followers up is by having a jersey, yes, a jersey giveaway. Like I said yesterday, I'm only doing Eagles. I'm only going to do an Eagles jersey. Don't even ask me to go do nothing else. I'm not doing no other teams, nothing like that. It's supposed to be a Saquon Barkley jersey, but I can understand if you want a different Eagles player. Like I said, it could be a throwback jersey from the pro store, whatever the case may be. But it got to be an Eagles jersey. Now, with that, I'm gonna have some more details coming out. I might wait until after the draft too, but just because you never know. You might see a player. Someone might like a player in the draft, and maybe they want their jersey. But I might wait till around the draft and do the giveaway around then. But be sure to stay tuned for details because they will be coming soon. So let's roll into what we need to get into today. The first thing I want to start off with is the Hassan Reddick situation. And I'm not gonna make this too long, but if y'all can remember this past season with the Chiefs, Chris Jones sat out because he wanted a contract extension, for his performance over the last couple of years or over the duration of his contract, his previous contract. Um, with that being said, Chris Jones is about to be 30, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to be 30 in July. Now, to me, it's kind of a similar situation with Hassan Reddick because he's on a 1 year deal, right? He's still, I mean, not a 1 year deal, but he still has a year left on his current deal. Now he can either play, they can either extend him, you know what I mean, or they can trade him, you know what I mean. So there's a couple different things they can do. But say Hassan stays, he could probably pull a Chris Jones and be like, you know what, maybe I'll just sit out for a couple of games just to see if the person they're going to replace me with is even worthy of replacing him. You know what I mean? Like they had came out before and said that Vic Fangio has a lot of has a lot of has a bigger workload for Nolan Smith and the rest of them linebackers out there. So I don't know how he's looking at it, but they talked about I can't remember who it was, but they had talked about when they had restructured Sweat's contract and how he was due like what was it, like 16 mil, 17 mil, something like that. But when they restructured the contract, he got 10 mil. I mean, 10 mil guaranteed, but it was less than what he was going for. So now I'm looking at it like this: whatever contract that Howie had for Hassan Reddick and his agent prior to him going out to go seek a trade, and then the acquisitions such as Bryce Huff, and then you go get Zach Bond, and you go get there's other players that you paid and stuff like that, and there's still some salary cap left. But if you're asking me, I'm still thinking the number that was originally probably originally presented to Hassan Reddick might not be the same number that he's getting now because all the time that's went by, and then depending on if it's going to be some type of trade for him, because I mean they don't have to move off of Hassan Reddick, but at the same time, you know what I mean. If you can get, like I said yesterday, you can get like a second round pick, which I feel like it's still asking for a lot because of his age. You can go into the draft and go get somebody for 4 years, pay him on the rookie deal, and then you got to worry about paying it back to I guess you would say an older player. But at the same time, I also would like to say that having that veteran mentality, Hassan's been to the Super Bowl with us. He's been very good for us. He's been very great for us with his performance. People like to say it's spotty, but my thing is this: my man done got 10 sacks consecutively since he's with the last 3 to 4 years, 2 years with us, and then whoever else he was with. So it's like I understand he deserves that money, and I mean he should get paid, but at the same time, feelings aside, you got to think like for the team, for the future of the team. Like if you pay this on, whatever he wants, how's it going to look when you got to pay Jalen Carter? You got to go pay Jordan Davis. Smitty still ain't get extended. And probably a host of other players that I'm not really thinking about right now. But when that time come around for them to get paid, and then you kind of tied up with a 30-plus-year-old linebacker, making whatever say it's 20, 23 million, whatever the case may be, that's going to be kind of hard to move like that. Now, like I said before, the salary cap, it goes up each year. Like we had a crazy jump this year. They said don't expect the crazy jump next year, but you never know, man. You never know what happens. But at the same time, you know, the more the salary go up, the more these players want to get paid, and then each year it just like last year was a down market for the running backs, but this year was a good market for the running backs. This year was a down market for the safety. Well, not, I don't want to say a down market, but safeties weren't really getting paid like that. Jalen Johnson got his money out there with the Bears, um, and now that's kind of the problem that we have right now with Justin Simmons. Now Justin Simmons is an All Pro. Of course, he want to get paid too. He probably feel the same way like Hassan Reddick. I do my job. I should be able to get paid what I want, or at least close to what I want, and that's all understandable. But at the same time, you're not the only person out there on that field that got to get paid too. So, and then your aging players, like the investment's not really there for most teams. So, um, I think a lot of these players, like I said, as time goes by, we might be able to, hopefully retain a Hassan Reddick, maybe sign a Justin Simmons, because with the Justin Simmons thing, it still looks like it's still pointing, I guess, to the Eagles. And then I think he had a tweet today, talking about the tush push, which I don't know why he would comment on that because he's never played for us before. But if he wants to, you might as well come over here and sign that dotted line, my boy. You feel me? So, you know, um, so he had put that out there. He had put that out there today. So maybe that's maybe a sign. Maybe he might be looking to step into that Kelly Green, that midnight green, and hopefully help us win the Super Bowl, something like that. So, but the biggest thing with them too is just been the money. So, reports that came out saying that they're still far apart with Hassan Reddick and his camp, and then the same thing with Justin Simmons. It's like the Eagles still have interest, but it's the numbers. So, of course, Justin Simmons would probably love to play with Vic Fangio. He thrived in his system. He credits him to how he plays today, and I think it will be very beneficial for both parts. That's exactly what how he likes to do when he makes these acquisitions or these trades. He wants to make sure that the person you don't make them say yes. Do you want to come here? This is the bread that we're going to offer you. This is what what we expect of you, and go from there. So you know what I mean. He ain't holding no gun to nobody's head. So my thing is, if these players want to win, that's what we're trying to do. We're building a winning culture. We've been winning. We're trying to get back to the Super Bowl and just do it like that. So yeah, but some things also that I saw is Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the running back from Kansas City. Now, as you know, they got. I guess he was kind of the main guy before Isaiah Pacheco got there, but Isaiah Pacheco, he a different dude. So he's been getting more of the load for the running back carries and stuff like that. So uh, they're saying Edwards might be a prospect for the Eagles. I still think the Eagles need depth at the running back. Excuse me, because you pay Saquon Barkley, and like I said in my previous video, I like Saquon's talent. I'm gonna put it to you like this: I love Saquon's talent. He is a very talented player, but the durability issue is something that you know it concerns me. But I think, like I said before, with having DeAndre Swift come here, he was usually getting banged up and injured and stuff like that, not playing like he should be. Get here to the Eagles, he played a complete season behind a good O line. So I'm thinking if things can be similar with, if not better, with Saquon Barkley, it should be no problem for him to thrive in this offense, man. So I'm hoping he can just stay healthy. Same thing with Paris Campbell. They talk about, can he stay healthy? Can he do this? Can he do that? I'm thinking these players can, because I'm not trying to like build my team up to the point where it's like they're untouchable, but the Eagles do a lot of things right to the point where it's like it makes it easier for players to get their jobs done. Like back in 2022, when you sit here, we talk about James Bradbury, and that's something else I'm gonna talk about. When we talk about James Bradbury's performance in 2022 compared to his other seasons, that was an All-Pro season for him. Now, was that just a one-off? You know what I mean? Was it just just some random feat that he had? But I really do think that when you have players that are in the right positions on the field, such as like in the 2022 season when you had your Chauncey Garner playing safety, you had your cornerback Bradbury and Slay. That Chauncey made their jobs a little bit easier, man, because he's a ball hawk. So just a tad bit easier. So I'm thinking they might even keep Bradbury as well. And I had said that before. It's like we really ain't heard nothing yet. But when Vic Fangio was here before he left for that Super Bowl, James Bradbury was balling out. That's why they gave him the contract. Well, that's not the full reason, but that's one of the reasons they gave him the contract. Now, some other things that happened, I think they were still trying to, sign Chauncey, and whatever happened with him and his camp, signals got crossed, and, he ended up going to Detroit for a year, but now he's back. So hopefully with the addition of bringing Chauncey back, it upgrades the play of James Bradbury, because we're paying him a decent amount of money to be, cornerback two, and we're not getting quarterback two play. We can't be missing tackles. We can't be, you know what I mean? Somebody, he just looked like he was just lost out there. So, and that's why I said you still need, because he's a younger dude, you still need that veteran help. You need the veteran help when it comes to players, but also when it comes to the coaches. The coaching is going to be probably now going to be the biggest aspect, for the simple fact that the talent's there, man, and they keep adding talent. I just feel like last year, like with the losing streak at the end of the year, was more or less from having inexperienced coaches. From, you want to talk about the head coach, you want to talk about the coordinators, whatever the case may be. It was mostly a combination of a lot of things, but their coaching was a big problem. And I was saying it all season, man. You can't just put, you know what I mean. This your first year in the driver's seat of calling plays and stuff like that. That's not an easy job to do. So, and then we seen what happened. So, but one thing I can say though, I think this year, I think we are, trying to correct a lot of our wrongs, making a lot of great moves this off season. Maybe not some of the biggest names that these players want, but like I just posted a video on my Instagram, and if you ain't following me, follow me on No Cut Sports. Follow No Cut Sports on Instagram, man. But I had posted something from another podcast when they were talking about Howie Long. No, it's not Howie. It's not Howie Long. His son though. I can't even think of his name right now, but yeah, he got the Green Light podcast, right? And he was talking about the Super Bowl season that the Eagles had when he was on the team, and he was like, fans just expect in free agency that you just go out and just go grab everybody, that they need for the team. That don't work like that. It's like building blocks. It's just phase one. Then you got phase two, the draft, and then after the draft, you got cuts from training camp. You got all types of stuff that happened before the season start. And then when the season starts, you can pick players up too at the trade deadline or before the trade deadline, whatever the case may be. So I think we all, even myself, just got to chill sometimes when we make or we say certain things, because I think we all want, I know collectively as a fan base, we all want to go back to the Super Bowl and win it this time. I'm a little some fans are a little bit more antsier than others, and I understand, you get your emotions, wrapped up into the game and stuff like that, but we still got to keep a clear head. We still got to keep a clear thought process. This don't happen overnight. Rome was not built overnight, and neither were the pyramids. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to just take it day by day. Let Howie cook, let the Eagles cook and do what they do, and then see what product they put out there on the field when it comes time. So yeah, man. But I want to say I'm missing something, and I think that I did want to talk about, but I think that might be it, man. But yeah, man. Just for the most part, man. I just hope like Hassan Reddick. Just to recap some things, Hassan Reddick just, I don't know what other team, like, I know he wanted his money, but I don't know what other team, like, is he going to be happy taking that money going somewhere else? I don't think so, to be honest with you. So I hope he can play out his last year, and I hope it doesn't become a Chris Jones situation where, he's like, I'm going to just hold out and see how y'all, you know what I'm saying, see how y'all paying out, man. Maybe y'all might do well, y'all might not. And it's, because that can be a way of, having a leverage over their head, but it's not really in his favor to do that. So we'll see how that go. But I'm liking the additions that Howie's made, and hopefully, like, he can figure out if we get another safety, because I think we're looking at somebody else from the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't want Bull, so let's see if we can get Justin Simmons. If not, then like I said, the second phase would probably be in a draft. Can you get a Quinyon Mitchell? And if you can't get a Quinyon Mitchell or whatever they're looking for, you know what I mean? But that would be the second phase. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they get into. But besides that, keep an eye out on what transpires. See if they pick up another running back, because, like I said, we need depth in that area. You see what happens with Hassan Reddick and Justin Simmons. Do they sign? Do they extend even Smitty? We still ain't heard nothing more about that. So it's a lot of things. A lot of things got done, but still some work that needs to be done. So with that being said, I'll let y'all know if anything else transpires. And you already know, man, it's your boy from the No Cut Sports Podcast, Niall Frazier. And I'm going to holler at y'all. So y'all be safe, man. Have a good weekend. I'm going to holler.